Ethan was an avid hunter, a man who prided himself on knowing every inch of the dense, sprawling woods outside his town. The forest, cloaked in an early autumn chill, was alive with the scent of pine and damp earth. Tonight the air was colder, sharper, and the silence more profound. The usual rustle of leaves and distant hoot of owls seemed. Ethan moved cautiously, each step crunching on the brittle leaves underfoot. He adjusted his rifle, eyes scanning the shadows for movement. Suddenly, a flicker of light caught his attention, a pale, wavering glow just beyond the thick line of trees. His breath caught in his throat. It was unlike any lantern or flashlight he'd see. Curiosity overtook his caution. He crept forward, the glow growing stronger until he could make out its source. A clearing where ancient stones, cracked and worn by time, formed a circle. The light swirled above them, casting elongated shadows that seemed to shift and dance of their own volition. Ethan felt an unnatural chill, as if the light drained the warmth from the air. A whisper, faint and dissonant, curled around his ears. It was not the wind. His heartbeat quickened as he strained to hear, but the words were lost, slipping like smoke between his thoughts. A low hum rumbled from the earth beneath him, vibrating through his boots and up high. Ethan's instincts screamed at him to leave, but his legs felt anchored. The glow intensified, splitting into three smaller lights that hovered at eye level. His breath came in shallow gasps as the lights shifted, solidifying into shapes humanoid, but wrong. Their limbs were too thin, too long, moving with an unnatural fluidity. Faces were obscured by a dark void where eyes should have been. The whispers grew louder, morphing into a chant that clawed at the edges of his sanity. The figures raised their hands in unison, pointing toward Ethan, their movements perfectly synchronized. His muscles tensed as fear erupted in him like wildfire. He stumbled backward, the weight of the gaze pressing down on him as if the air itself had grown heat. A sudden, bone-chilling scream split the night, echoing through the trees, and the figures lurched forward. Ethan's paralysis broke. He turned and ran, branches clawing at his clothes and face as he raced through the darkness. But whispers now, a roar behind him. The forest seemed alive, trees bending toward him, roots grasping at his ankles. When he finally burst into the clearing where his truck was parked, the noises ceased. The cold weight lifted, replaced by the blessed sound of his own ragged breathing. He dared to look back. The woods stood silent and still, the ghostly glow gone as if it had. But deep down, Ethan knew the truth. Pine Hollow was no longer just a forest. It was a threshold, a place where the veil between worlds thinned, and something or many things had seen him. As he climbed into his truck and fumbled to start the engine, the memory of those hollow eyes haunted him, a silent promise that he would leave.